Hi everyone, this is Hema working in Sai Filing as an accounts executive. Today I am going to discuss about GST basics. All business persons should aware about GST, right? Today I am going to give a information about GST registration for startup businesses, like for whom GST registration is mandatory, why GST is introduced, and what are the options for GST filing, and what are the problems facing while GST registration. Next, let's see for whom GST registration is mandatory. In case of sale of goods whose annual turnover exceeds 40 lakhs, for them GST registration is mandatory. Example, Tata Steel. They are selling steel rods that's come under the goods. For them, that if in case turnover exceeds 40 lakhs in a year, they need mandatorily to do GST registration. In case of sale of services, for them, in case annual turnover exceeds 20 lakhs, they need to do mandatorily GST registration. Example, chartered accountancy firms, law firms, they used to provide services. For them, 20 lakhs is the threshold limit. Few people have a doubt about, in case a taxpayer needs a GST registration without exceeding the threshold limit, is there any option? Yes, there is a option called voluntary basis. If they want to do GST registration, in case the turnover limit not exceeds, they can do they can done GST registration under the voluntary basis as their will. Next, let's see what are the problems we are usually facing while GST registration. Most of the people facing address mismatch. For avoiding the address mismatch issue, we have to upload the supporting document containing full address while GST registration. Example, property tax receipt, electricity bill, or NOC. It's mostly solve the issue of address mismatch. Another two usually everyone having is, can we use our residential address as a business address? There is no such a clause in GST Act. We should not use a residential address for the business purpose. So we can use residential address as for the business purpose also. Next, let's see what are the options for GST registration. There is two options. One is composition scheme and another one is regular scheme. Let's see first for who can opt composition scheme. Whose aggregate annual turnover is less than 1.5 crores in case of goods, and in case of service providers whose annual aggregate turnover is less than 50 lakhs, they can opt composition scheme. In composition scheme, there is a advantages like they can pay tax only between the 1% to 6%. For them, higher tax rates are not applicable, and they have to file returns in a quarterly basis, means once in a 3 months. Next, there is a disadvantages also for composition scheme. Main one is they can't claim the input tax credit, and there is no option to use e-commerce portals to do business, and they can't do business. They have to do business only within the state. They can't do interstate sales. Next option is regular scheme. In this, whose turnover exceeds 1.5 crores in a year, they have to register under compulsory under the regular scheme only. In case of service providers whose turnover exceeds 50 lakhs, they have to register under regular scheme. For them, they can claim the input tax credit also. Next, let's say which option is better. It depends on the business and size of the business. Mainly, composition scheme is applicable benefit for the small business providers. Most of the people usually have a doubt regarding which scheme is better for their business. Actually, it is based on the nature of business and size of the business. In case of small business persons, the composition scheme is better suggestion, and for the larger scale of business providers and service providers, for them regular scheme is suitable. the session is ended. If you need any help regarding the GST and have any doubts, you can contact us, and please subscribe, like, share the video. Thank you so much.